Success is never a product of mere coincidence or a lucky roll of the dice. While the public often envies high achievers for their innate talent or circumstances, a closer look reveals a deliberate architecture common to them all. The habituation of success. The adage, "success breeds success," goes beyond simple confidence. It is a refined formula for victory that the brain and body internalize through repetition. To internalize this formula, one must undergo meticulous preparation, not just in acquiring knowledge, but in harmonizing a resilient mindset, unwavering goals, and the decisive power of execution. The first stage of preparation, mindset, is more than just positive thinking. It is the philosophical fortitude to define unexpected variables, not as failures, but as processes. If a firm goal is the compass of a voyage, and execution is the engine that pierces the waves, experience is the skill of the navigator. This experience is not found in books. It is the sum of practical data gained by manifesting small results with one's own hands. The most potent driver of this habituation is the dopamine loop, the brain's reward system. Human neurobiology is wired to feel a surge of accomplishment upon completing a task, which serves as the fuel for the next step. Those who make success a habit leverage this mechanism brilliantly. Instead of being paralyzed by an insurmountable mountain, they focus on conquering the small hill immediately in front of them. These micro-successes leave a powerful imprint on the brain, building a sense of self-efficacy, the belief that I am a problem solver. Once this database of success is established, an individual can remain calm in the face of any crisis. Obstacles are no longer perceived as walls to stop at, but as hurdles to clear. For those who have made success a habit, a new challenge is not a gamble. It is simply a confirmation of a path they have walked many times before. Those who have reached a peak in any field prioritize the joy of creation over the fear of a new challenge. The journey of one individual who dived into the waves of artificial intelligence just months ago, with zero technical foundation, exemplifies this. Though he knew nothing of coding syntax or app architecture, he possessed a singular, resolute will to manifest his ideas into the digital world. When he began his dialogue with AI as his mentor, the first barrier was not technical limitation, but perhaps self-doubt. Yet he chose to master small, immediate functions, rather than drawing a grandiose blueprint. This attitude led to a chain of achievements. The minor success of rendering a single login screen laid the skeleton for an app. This led to the construction of a website and, eventually, the integration of ad systems for revenue. Remarkably, this entire ecosystem was built in less than a quarter. The world might call it luck, but the essence is different. He connected success points without a single break, because he broke down every task into conquerable micro-units. Upon passing the final gate of production approval, what he gained was not just a product, but the unshakable triumph of one who has created something from nothing. The true test, however, comes when an unexpected obstacle blocks the path. When existing ad systems faltered due to policy hurdles, most would have succumbed to despair, feeling their efforts were in vain. But he was different. The stress was real, but it was not a fatal blow. Because of his accumulated micro-wins, it was ingrained in him that a solution exists and I can find it. Instead of lamenting, he immediately pivoted to find new lifelines. Discovering and integrating alternative pipelines like offer walls and surveys was not a crisis, but an opportunity to diversify his revenue structure. Obstacles became the very materials used to build a stronger fortress. Even now, his relentless execution continues as he prepares for the App Store. To one who knows the taste of small success, a crisis is merely the seasoning that makes the next victory sweeter. Ultimately, the true reward in the grand theater of life is not a single stroke of luck, but the sense of achievement we cultivate within ourselves daily. The most valuable insight from the developer's journey lies beyond economic gain or technical mastery. It is the empirical proof of how creative dopamine maximizes mental resilience. Many people today indulge in passive, consumptive pleasures to escape the pressures of their primary careers. However, such pleasure is fleeting and often leaves a void. In contrast, the dopamine released when solving small problems and manifesting an idea is of a different caliber. It provides an existential fulfillment that transcends simple fun. No matter how heavy the stress of a primary job, the moment one achieves a small win within their own project, that fatigue is transmuted into creative energy. Building apps and pipelines was not just work. It was the highest form of healing and a confirmation of a self-determined life. One who gathers the dopamine of small successes gains the perspective to view even professional crises with objective composure. This virtuous cycle becomes the stepping stone to greater achievements. A brain that has tasted success repeatedly over months no longer considers giving up an option. Instead, it gains vitality from difficult tasks, anticipating the powerful reward of the breakthrough. The reason his steps toward the App Store are light is that the habit of success is fully internalized. He now knows that great success is not a sudden, finished gift, but a massive mosaic made of the small functions and pipelines completed today. Success is not a privilege reserved for a special few. It is the result of a habit available to anyone who trusts their ideas, takes the first small step, and cherishes the resulting sense of accomplishment. Capture that small thought crossing your mind right now. Take the first micro step to realize it. The moment your brain receives that first signal of success, dopamine, your great voyage, has already begun. When that habit dominates your life, the great success the world speaks of will naturally find its way to your feet.